Our third lab program is the implementation of a very simple and straightforward physics formula. So what we are going to implement in this class, it is a C program to calculate the distance traveled by an object. It's very simple, right? Now, how to implement this? As usual, we have divided our entire program into 4 parts. The first part is variable declaration. So how many variables do we need? We need 3 variables. Now, can you guess what are those variables? The variables are, we need to have the variables, the first variable to store the speed at which the object has traveled, and also the time taken by an object to move from one point to another point. And the third variable is to store the calculation of the distance. So how to calculate the distance? It is distance is equal to speed into time. So by simply multiplying these two variables, we are going to get the total distance traveled by an object, and it is very simple, right? So the variables are, and what type of variables we are going to take? It is floating point variables. So the variable, let's take the first variable as speed, and I'm going to take the second variable as O time. Why I am taking O time is, so let's see this. So if I just delete this, see that means I've deleted that O. By that we are going to understand that the color of the variable has been changed from white to red. Why it turned into into red color? Because it is a predefined keyword. This keyword is already there, the time word is already there in our C compiler. So it is predefined. That is the reason why it has been turned into red color. So for that reason I have changed. So what you need to understand is the keywords or the identifiers, means the terms that are used by the compiler should not be used as the names of the variables. So that is one of the very important rule. So we are going to convert it into O time, so that we are not going to use the already existing keywords. And then third variable is, I am naming it as dist. Dist is for distance. So the variables has been declared, and our next step is to allow the user to provide the inputs. So what is the prompt that I have to give? So it is printf. In the printf, I am asking the user to provide both the speed and time. So what I am giving is, enter the values of speed and time. Okay. Now I want the inputs to be taken in the new line. So I have taken this escape sequence /n. The next one is scanf. What are the values that we have to scan? How many values we have to scan? We have to scan 2 values, and the first value is going to be there for speed, and the second scanf is for time. Now it is %f, and the next variable is format specifier is %f, and what is our first variable? Means to which variable the first scan has to be done? It is ampersand speed. Try to remember the use of ampersand, don't forget it. Okay. The next one is ampersand O time. So the 2 variables has been scanned, and the third part of our program implementation is the logic. So what is the logic? Means the formula. In this case it is very simple. The formula is dist is equal to speed into O time. So just write it, dist equal to speed into O time. Okay. Now the logic has been declared, and the final output. So what we are going to display, in the final output, the distance traveled by the object is, so that variable. So for that, the printf function is the distance traveled by the object is %f, and in this placeholder, what is the variable that I have to give? It is the value of dist. Okay, so that's it. The complete declaration has been done, and there is a spelling mistake here, printf. Okay, Now the complete has been the complete program. The program has been completed, and we'll just run this program and see, are there any errors? No, there are no errors. Enter the values of speed and time. So let's consider the speed to be, let's take it as 2 meters. So 2 meters per second, and the time to be 60 seconds, means the object is traveling at a speed of 2 meters per second, and the time taken by the object is 60 seconds. Okay, let's assume that we are considering the seconds. Now, can you guess what is the amount of distance traveled by it? It is 120 meters per second. So, are we going to get that? See here, it is 120 meters per second. So, and here what we have seen, what we are seeing is, we are getting the default precision value, which is going to take 6 values, but it is not looking good, right? So we can change the precision. So how we can change the precision? We have to add 0.2, so that we are going to get a precision of 2 digits after the decimal. So you just make the changes, and whatever the formula that we have used, so this formula is for constant speed. What if we are having constant acceleration? Now, do you know the formula for finding the distance if the acceleration is constant? It is s is equal to ut plus half at square. So, do you remember those formulas? So, just find out those formulas, and I request you to write the program for finding the distance of an object, distance traveled by an object, if the acceleration is constant. Okay, so please find the formula for formula to find the distance traveled by an object for a constant acceleration, and try to implement the program for that formula. So that's it for this video, and in the next class we are going to cover a very important lab program, which is going to be completely focused on the operators, expressions, and the associativity and precedence table. So that's it for this video. See you in the next class.